Let's analyze together the latest news of NIO. Why is going up?
Let's see what's going on. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. Wow, look at that last retracement. We are talking about a movement of more than 20% to the downside from that higher level that we were talking about in the previous video. You can see in the daily time frame right now, but if we go to the weekly, you can see with more detail this kind of parallel channel that was being traded since 2021 at the end of 2020. And you can see like the price reacted very strongly to the lower side as soon as it was reaching the higher part again of this channel. So how do you see the situation right now, guys? We're going to talk about the technical side, of course, but also some fundamentals and some news. And let us know in the comments everything you want to share with us about NIO stock, and we can all learn together with you also. Let's go. Trading HT, NIO stock. Let's get started.
Okay, let's analyze together what's happening right now, because the retracement, is normal. Because if you go to the daily chart or the weekly, you can clearly see this downtrend. So obviously, we didn't reach the $8.50 area. That would be like the spectacular scenario according to this pattern. But sometimes it happens. They don't reach. Some stocks, they don't reach the area and they start to go down again. And right now we minus 26% is kind of like a big statement in that sense, like it could be like a correction, but obviously we are still in the uptrend because it all started back in August 2024. The uptrend is more than 100%, and when it established the $7.75 area, and right now we are at 5.65. So it's still an uptrend, but obviously if it goes below $5, that's when the situation could change.
Think like it's very interesting, to keep a close eye right now because of course you can see, like Aaron mentioned, this uptrend was very positive and a lot of investors were waiting for it. But as soon as that higher level got reached, the price started to operate in the same way as it did during all this past year. So very interesting to keep that into account. And the key question for you guys is, do you think this time will be the same and the price will visit again the lowest part of this channel, or maybe this time we'll get stronger before it reaches that level and will break the highest part? Because I think it's a very good question for now, because the pattern got repeated again, at least at the highest part. But the thing is, will it continue as it did in the past, or will this time be different? Let us know in the comments below.
Let's go to the forecast, Enrique.
Let's go with the forecast, because in this stock, 29 analysts offering that 1 year price forecast, and look at that. The average positive plus 17%, the maximum plus 73%, and the minimum minus 29%.
Yeah, the important thing here is like the EPS forecast also and the revenue. And right now we are still in negative territory. But what happened, in the last quarter is very interesting. And that's probably one of the reasons the stock went high like crazy. Like the reported earnings was minus 0.17, which is half the estimate. And that's important, because if they repeat this pattern again, we could give, NIO could like experience a huge upturn in that sense, because obviously the ultimate goal is to enter into positive territory. We are not there yet, and probably the reason the stock went down like crazy is because of the forecast right here in the EPS. If we are talking about positive territory in 2028, so that's a long way to go, and investors don't want to spend that much time into a stock, but obviously if we have a reported earnings completely better than the estimate, that could change because we could reach that positive territory sooner.
Okay, guys, so how do you see this situation with the financial also of this stock with the forecast? Let's go back to the chart and let's go with the news that we have right here 2 hours ago from Benzinga. Why NIO stock is moving? I think they talk about something very interesting. You can see right here in the first two paragraphs. The first is talking about the price movements for NIO, this stock, this week. And this is talking about the US listed Chinese stocks are trading lower after China's September export missed estimates. So this may be something that concerns over the effectiveness of China's latest stimulus measures has also rattled the investors. So how do you see this situation? Obviously, this could affect this type of stock because it is related with the China market. And then the second paragraph, the electric vehicle maker so its stock declined alongside other Chinese companies amid doubts that Beijing's recent economic support package will significantly boost growth. So very interesting. From the technical side, we had that parallel channel and then this news. So how do you see this correlation? Do you think these news are bad enough to plummet the price even lower, or do you think this time will be different and that this isn't as bad as it seems from this information. How do you see this? I'm very interested in knowing your opinion. As usual, I read all the comments. Alvaro does also, and we like to comment with you together.
Wow, I mean, we were talking about that correlation with the Chinese index, and actually, let's take a look at the index again to see if that something has changed in that sense. What we can clearly see, and I'm again surprised by this, is like the stock is correlated, completely correlated with the Chinese index. So obviously, in NIO has more volatility than an index, but the thing here is like it's very interesting, because if the index goes up, NIO should go up as well, and this is the pattern we've been experiencing over the last 3 months.
Exactly. This is very, very interesting. As usual, I forgot again the Chinese index ticker. How is it, Alvaro?
Yeah, it's 8SI. It's like a Hang Seng's index.
Yeah, thank you very much. So also our subscribers can see that. Yeah, very interesting that correlation. Wow, it is very, very similar. And also during this last, we could say since January 2024, well, it started to go higher, and then NIO stock was going lower. But after April, that uptrend from there, it seems completely correlated. Can you see that?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. Obviously we see that NIO has experiences like a huge upturn. Like we're talking about like a more than 47% since that April, and the Chinese index more than 22%. Oh, but obviously there's a huge difference because the lower the market cap a stock has, and obviously if it operates independently, it has more volatility than an index.
It's interesting, to give into account all this information. How is this correlated? How do you see the situation with China right now? That type of stocks. Do you think this will affect the U.S. listed Chinese stocks in this market? How do you see new stock from the technical side? Let's go back this time to the monthly time frame to see with a higher perspective all this situation, because sometimes it's interesting to keep into account the highest picture. I'm pressing the logarithmic scale. Let me erase the Chinese index so we can see this higher. And wow, this is a beautiful pattern right there. You can see this parallel channel going to the lower side, but also don't forget all the strength that occurred during 2019 and 2020 when this stock was trading lower. Almost it reached $1, 1.19 was the lowest point, and from there it completely skyrocketed with an upside of more than 6,000% or 5,000 at least. And from there, this correction. So the question is, will this repeat again? Will this stock reach the previous numbers that they had, that more than $60 highest part of the chart, or will this time be different, or maybe the continuance of this downtrend will go on? How do you see this stock? I'm very interested in knowing your opinions, up or down. Let us know your opinions below, maybe a different idea, but share it with us.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Trading SC. Subscribe so you can see more videos like this.
Let's go. Thank you very much.